So today's video is going to be a quick tutorial on how I bleach the knots on the 360 lace frontal. The knots on the 360 lace frontal go not only up here but all the way around. There's usually about 2 to 3 inches of lace back here. That way when you go ahead and flip your hair up and do your ponytails and your buns, it can lay super smooth and you can still have that lace appearance back there with your baby hair and all that good stuff. Let's jump into the tutorial. You're going to see how you bleach the knots back here and up here without getting the bleach like on the actual hair. So let's jump into it and then I'll be back with my thoughts on this hair. So today I'm going to be working with Chinalacewig once again. You guys know that I love this company and they sent me over a new joint. Don't forget to save your bag. The envelope is great to store your wig or whatever. I guess the postman didn't care about me showing you guys my awesome packaging, but this is the packaging. If you've watched my videos, then you already know, but if you're just not tuning in, I'd still share. And then you get this. So everything is custom with this company from start to finish, and that's one of the reasons I love them. You know, if they care about their packaging, they gotta care about their wigs, right? This is the wig here, and again, custom packaging. It's like Christmas time, so don't remember what wig I got. Okay, wavy, come through. So let's see. It looks like I went for a 360 lace wig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and co-wash this. You guys always tell me that I need to co-wash the hair so that you guys can see the real texture. So really quickly we're going to go ahead and co-wash this beauty right here. But before we co-wash, I feel like my head's all up in the camera. This is the natural texture of the hair. Super pretty. Okay, and then it's a 360 lace wig, so as you can see the lace goes around 360 degrees, aka all the way around. You have lace in here. I'm sure it's at least 4 to 5 inches of lace right here, and then in the back you usually get maybe like 1 to 2 inches. This looks about 2 inches. There's a wig comb in the back as well as your adjustable straps, and then in the front you have 2 combs, which you'll have 1 on each side of your head, and then you also have 1 in the center of your head. You can always take these out if they make you uncomfortable or anything like that. You also get some You also get some pre-made baby hair. And again, this is the really pretty texture. I do have this wig linked down below. So let's head over to my sink so that we can bleach the knots and co-wash the hair. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to take my BW bleach. I had a little bit left in 2 jars, so you're going to see I'm just going to combine them in the actual tub because it's basically trash now anyways. And then I'm going to add my 40 volume developer. If you have a lower volume like a 30 or a 20, it's going to work the same. You just have to leave the bleach on a little bit longer because they basically are a little bit are less strong than the 40. The 40 is pretty much the strongest you can go. When adding your cream developer, just add it in gradually. You want to have it like a thick paste. Now we're going to go ahead and attach our wig to the mannequin. I'm just using a little bit of water on my hands to push the baby hair back in the way that the hair goes. That way if I have any flyaways, they're tamed and they won't get bleached. And as you see, I kind of slide the lace onto the mannequin head. That way all of the hair is going in the opposite direction and it's not going to be accidentally bleached or anything like that. You don't want to see any hair going the opposite way up front, or like I said before, that stuff will be bleached. I'm going to go ahead and remix the bleach that I have going, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it. I always apply my bleach along the hairline first because there have been a few times where I didn't go far enough to the front and there were like parts of my baby hair that were not bleached just by habit. You want to apply the rest of the bleach like butter to the hair. You do not want to press it in because if you press it in, it'll go through the lace and onto the roots of the hair on the other side, and then you'll have blonde roots and that won't look as good. Just kind of pat it on lightly, kind of spread it like butter, but don't apply any pressure, and you want to make sure you get it all over. And like right here where you see that I have that comb, just move it out of the way. If you want to remove it beforehand, that's fine as well, but it works fine just leaving it attached as well. And now we're halfway done. The reason we're using a mannequin head is because you're going to go and apply the bleach all the way around. And if you do it on a flat surface, it might be a bit difficult and you might run the risk of getting some of the bleach on the hair. Now I went ahead off camera and applied the bleach to the back of the lace wig. And as you can see, I use the exact same technique as I did in the front. Now I'm going to let this sit on the wig for about 25 minutes. Feel free to add a bit of foil on top to help process it a little bit faster. And now you see me going ahead and shampooing the hair. First you rinse out the bleach and you want to get all of it out. And then you take your purple shampoo. The purple shampoo is just going to be great for going ahead and canceling out any of the brassiness you might achieve. You want to let that sit on for about 10 minutes to make sure that all of the orange is out. Usually I only wash it about one time because I'm not really a fan of shampoo. And this is pretty much the results. I'm going to go ahead and add some conditioner and I'm going to let that sit on as well. But pretty much this is the results. Feel free to check before you go ahead and rinse the bleach out and lick into the lace to make sure that all of the knots are bleached on the opposite side. And if they are, that's when you go ahead and shampoo. I'm just going to use a cheap moisturizing conditioner. Usually with my hair is good, I don't have to worry about using salon quality products. If the wig or the hair that you're using needs like high-end products, then it's probably not good hair. So this hair works just fine. The luster already was there, and this is pretty much the results. Nice luster. It was easy to comb through, didn't clump up or knot, no shedding at all, and of course a beautiful lace. So we're going to hang dry the wig till it gets about 80% dry, and here we go with the styling. I'm going to start with the baby hair. This wig is pre-plucked, and as you can see, the lace came out flawless. I forgot to show you on camera, but it's also flawless around the back as well. So I'm going to line it up exactly how I want it on my hairline. I'm going to use a rat tail comb to go ahead and pull out all of the baby hair that was already pre-made. I'm going to use my shears to go ahead and cut. When you cut, you kind of want to wiggle your scissors so that it's not all perfectly one length. Now we're going to take the Got2b Glued, the regular yellow one, and I'm just going to apply a little bit along the hairline. The reason I love this product so much is because when it dries on your hairline, it also helps to bond the closure to your hairline. I also did apply an elastic band, so I'm going to have a double help keeping this unit on fleek. I'm just using my hands and my comb to kind of get it exactly where I want it. I kind of push it against the hair going the opposite way as well, and this is going to help to tame any flyaways that I might have. And then I'm just going to use the comb to go ahead and comb the baby hair exactly how I want it. If I find any hair a little bit too long, go ahead and cut it a little bit shorter. There are so many different ways to do baby hair. Whatever floats your boat will work just fine. Now I'm going to do the other side off camera. I also added a little bit of the gel on the baby hair to help it to lay a little bit flat. And of course it'll dry up and look a little bit more natural. I find that baby hair always looks better on the second day. The first day is about forming it and having it the right length and the right shape. And then the next day it'll just kind of flow a little bit more natural, in my opinion. Again, I'm going to use a little bit of that gel to hold that baby hair exactly how I want it to lay. Then let's do the other side, and we're going to style the hair with a little bit of product, and voila. This is how the hair looks. Because we have that gel and we have that elastic band, this thing is sitting perfect. It's so lit. My husband hates that word, but I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the rest of the hair and give you guys my thoughts on this hair. oh, we have a little piece that's a little too long. Just play with it and find what works for you. Don't be in a rush to make it look perfect. If you're new at this, just take your time. If you get frustrated, step away and come back. I'm going to add a little bit of a volume spray. Volume sprays help to have that little hump in the front that I like so much. I don't know what that's called, but I think it looks really, really cute. And it shows off the baby hair very well. So now let's get into my thoughts on this wig. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of the styling on camera. Not all of it, but just kind of showing you the baby hair a little bit and all of that goodness. The parting is on point A1. So the lace on here, I'm not sure if it's pre-plucked or not, or if it's advertised as so, but I think it's a great start. I definitely think it's pre-plucked. So usually when it's pre-plucked, that doesn't mean that it's 100% ready to go. A lot of the times they just give you a great start where it's a little bit less dense, like right along the hairline, and it's still up to you to go in and tweeze out a little bit more, a little bit further back to have that gradient effect so that it looks even more natural. For me, I just kept it as is. I really like the way the knots on the lace bleached. I like the way the baby hair was already pre-made. All I had to do is just trim it and go ahead and swoop it around. The hair itself, you guys seen that I washed and co-washed it, and this is the natural texture of the hair. Very nice and beautiful. I was able to just add a little bit of my wet as usual, and then for the hairline I just used a little bit of Got2b Glued. Off camera I did add an elastic band. I usually keep a nice roll of it on hand, and that is just going to help for it to lay super flat and not move or shift or anything like that. The cap did fit pretty good. It fits pretty good as is, but the elastic band is just going to help the actual hairline to just lay super flat, especially with the baby hair and the ear tabs and all of that. You guys see in the beginning that there were 3 combs in the front. There was one about right here, and then 2 like right here, or 1 right here and 1 right here. I went ahead and cut these out. If you want to cut yours out, be careful not to cut your lace, but the way they're sewn on that like once you just kind of take your scissors and kind of toy with the very tip of the stitching, you can kind of pull it out yourself without even risking harming any of your lace. I took them out because I never ever use them. They sit like right here, and then right here, and there's never ever a need for me to use them. And this is just going to help it to lay flat and not have these bands or these plastic combs like on my skin or my scalp or my hair. But you can also keep these, like I always keep the one in the back there, because every now and again you want to just take the comb in the back and tuck it into the elastic band that you've added, and that kind of just helps it to lay flat and smooth when you go ahead and make your high ponytails and buns. So I leave the one back there. I don't always use it, but again, every now and again I'll just want to use it. But the front ones, like I said, I never ever use, so I can put these aside in my kit. That way, if ever I get a wig or make a wig and I want a comb back there, like I do with this one, I'll be able to have some on hand to be able to add. So make sure you keep these for your kit. And yeah, I added a little bit of my wet to it as always. You guys know this is pretty much my go-to at the moment, and this is just a liquid sculpting gel. It gives a nice light hold, and I really like the way it came out. But you guys can see the hair was co-washed, and this is the natural texture of the hair. Super soft. It already had a nice shiny luster to it, and I feel like it looks pretty natural. Like it didn't look like fake waves or curls. It just looks very natural and like what real hair would look like if it was wavy or curly. So I do have this wig linked down below. Again, it is a 360 lace frontal. If you want to add a lot more gel or water to the hair, it's going to give you more of a super wavy uniform look. I kind of like it when they dry up a little bit and kind of have more of a natural look to them. But this is what the hair looks like when you go ahead and add a little bit more water and a little bit more product. And if you just use a little bit of product as I did originally, this is kind of what it looked like. A little bit more fluffy and natural. And this has more of that wet look, hence the name of the product, Wet. Because I added much more more product to this side, it's gonna dry like this and have like a medium hold to it. So it's not gonna be super crunchy, but it's gonna have enough of a firmness or a crunch to it that you'll be able to maintain this more defined wave. And of course, if you don't like the crunchiness or how firm it is, you can go ahead and add some more water to it and it will completely loosen up again. Or you can add conditioner. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. All of the details on this wig are in the description bar, as well as a link to where you can purchase it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you Chinalacewig for another awesome unit. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, hit the bell button so you'll never miss a video from me again. And I'll see you guys in the next one.